often I hear from parents and teachers that children with special needs are not getting the supports that they require in Alberta public schools. I regularly meet with parents who tell me that they struggled to get their child properly tested. This happens because schools have a limited number of psychological assessments they can offer a year, and these usually go to the students with the most severe behaviors. This can mean the students with less overt needs who could be helped by early intervention fall through the cracks. Imagine being the parent of a struggling child who can't afford thousands of dollars it costs for private assessment. To the Minister of Education, why is there a limit on psychological assessments for students who need them?
The Honourable Minister of Education.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thanks very much for the question from the honourable member. Certainly, we know that assessing students' special needs is very important, and that we have built a structure that allows us to bring in special needs assessment when it is required and when it is asked for by teachers and from schools. In this last year, for example, we have invested more than $66 million in the Regional Collaborative Service Delivery Program, which has allowed us to hire more speech pathologists, social workers, nurses, and other frontline staff. Certainly there's more work to be done, but we're heading in the right direction.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. First supplemental.
Thank you. Given that there are numerous early learning screening tools available, and given that universally applying these tools could find children who need intervention sooner and at lower cost than traditional testing, and given when children have access to early intervention, they have better outcomes, why are we not applying this kind of screening province-wide?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And certainly we know that by assessing and using screening procedures, we can help to identify issues that require extra attention. I've been working to strengthen those every step of the way, and our entire caucus and government has been working to strengthen that by making the necessary investments in education. You have to put money and time and effort in order for these things to happen. You certainly can't do it by cutting.
Second supplemental.
Many things that schools need, from playgrounds, furniture, computers, and instruments, to education assistants, nurses, and counselors, and given that many schools have to fundraise for things that should be considered essential, and given that this can cause major inequities between schools across Alberta, and that every student deserves the same quality of education despite their postal code or their parents' income, will the minister commit to reviewing the per-student funding model and also commit to defunding elite private schools?
The Honourable Minister of Education.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and certainly there's a lot in that particular question. We know that, say, for example, playgrounds is a very important part, and that's why our government has, for all new school programs, and we're building a new playground as well. It goes with that. That allows us more money to make investments for other communities. I'm building new programming so that we can reach into areas that are places where they're having difficulty raising that money. We do all of these things, Mr. Speaker, because we believe in education. We believe in investing in education. You can't make cuts and compromise the future of our students.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.